Good day, this is Tim Conley, Senior Product Manager from BBB Industries, here to talk to you about brake calipers and the Perfect Stop calipers that you have on your shelves today. You know, BBB launched the Perfect Stop calipers late last year, and the Auto Value and the APH stores were early adopters of this program, and it's a great program. They take one single focused approach on branding and put it out there in the marketplace so that you can sell multiple products at one point of sale. It's a fantastic approach. It's something that works in the marketplace, and you're seeing very good reaction to it today. We hear very good reactions from you in the field. But we did have a problem. Early in January, we had an issue with a leaking caliper seal. A lot of you seen it in the stores. You're actually the first ones to tell us of the problem because it was a new problem for us, and it didn't happen just with your calipers. For us, it was a process and component issue that happened for all of the products that we're shipping out the door. Very serious issue that we take extremely serious. BBB's slogan is built to a higher standard. So what we did immediately was go to root cause analysis and figure out exactly what was causing these issues. And when it came down to it, it was a small percentage of inventory that we were receiving as part of our components, because all rubber seals are 100% new and they were slightly out of tolerance. And what would happen is, especially in cold weather environments, that tolerance would affect the durability of the seal. And you could have a leak that would happen in 100 miles, it might take 2,000 miles. We were able to root cause the time and the action of place and really what had happened so that we can create a fix for this problem. Now, with that being said, we took field action in February. We cleaned the shelves of much inventory as we had isolated to this root cause analysis, and we started implementing new changes at BBB Industries to ensure that we don't have any issues like this moving forward. Because one thing when you do these things, you can't have any issues moving forward. We know how important this is to have a corrective action in place, go back to the market and sell a good product. So we added additional digital optimizers that really look at the components to a spec and match the OE spec. So we're talking about a digital comparator that looks at and overlays images of the product. And what it really says is it's go or no go. And if it's a no go, it's out of our inventory, we never take receipt, and it's right out of the box. Then what we do is we added this equipment to inside the production cells. So now as we pick inventory a week from now, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, we're going to go ahead and make sure that that seal was just as good as the incoming inspection analysis was when we brought that new component into inventory. And now we've also added an additional cold weather process. So as we've talked about in our January conferences with Michael Cummings, our technical manager, we do thousands of cycles off of our production runs. And that's to make sure that every part coming off the cell is as good and equal performance as what we'd want out of an OE unit. Well, now we took the added steps from what we've learned in the root cause analysis, and that we saw that the issue really had an effect in cold weather climates. We are now cold weather cycling our calipers. We had 11 total high cell production runs, or production testing equipment. We're now up that number to 22, in addition to adding the cold weather analysis. So right now, our process that was already tremendously in place to make sure that we build a great caliper has now been strengthened by what we learned in January. And it shows today in the market. Visiting the stores, visiting the market across different territories and regions, the warranty is back where it should have been the entire time we've launched this product line. We really want to say thank you for actually helping us with this issue, as well as continue to selling the product, because it is such a great brand launch, brand strategy, and it's a great product that you're getting today. And we're here to support you just as much as you're there to support the service dealers and the market. Now that we've talked about some of the warranty and the fixes and the continuous improvement programs that BBB's been working on, let's talk about some of the features and benefits of the calipers that were discussed in January at the conference. One thing that you have to be clear on is the fact that you have the best coated product in the aftermarket today for brake calipers. This E-coated product provides inside and out benefits. It gets inside the slides, bores, which means when you have the corrosion in this marketplace, it resists it. So we're extending the life cycle of the product, but normally it would be untreated and would corrode, rust, and create binding and uneven pad wear. It's one of the biggest failure points in these markets. So you have the best product to attack that as well. And in addition to that, and in the same kind of theme about corrosion, we also coat the rear parking brake components. So we're talking about, you get a mounting bracket coated, levers and springs will be coated. And you're talking about rear parking brakes, and you get stickiness, which also creates an issue for the vehicle operator. That's also protected from the elements. And you move on further down the line, the other important part is the inlets. The inlets are probably the second thing that any installation repair facility is going to look at, because if they have a bad inlet or they suspect a bad inlet, they'll never put the part on the car. So we're going to talk about the fact that on aluminum calipers, we'll mill the inlet and put centrifugal grooves on it. This is a cast iron caliper, so I don't have it. You'll see it on in your parts on your shelf today. What that'll do is show that there's no inlet wear or issues. And aluminum in this market will have a lot of porosity, a lot of corrosion that attacks it and creates some installation issues. And then on top of it, we don't use any tapping or helicoil on the inlet. So you get a good inlet every time, good threads every time, and we include the banjo bolt and the copper crush washers. We don't use aluminum. We want to make sure you get a good seat and seal in there. And if you keep on moving down the line here, you also make sure that we give you 100% new components on all rubber components. And then all the reclaim components, especially like the fasteners and the hardware, are all plated. So in addition to getting the pad clips, scrape sensors, the rear parking brake cable, you're getting the most complete unit in the box today. So feel good about going out there in the marketplace. Make sure you have a good time selling these units, because you definitely have tangible and visible benefits in the marketplace that nobody else can meet today. Once again, I'm Tim Conley, Senior Product Manager from BBB Industries. I thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, we're here to support your needs in the marketplace. Thank you.